to Homemaking with Mima. If you are new here, my name's Wendy. Today's video is going to be video number 3 regarding revisiting some of our favorite freezer meals. In this video, it's going to be freezer meals that are more geared towards breakfast freezer meals. And they are some of our favorites, and we still kind of repeat some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And as I've said before, when my family is playing all on the same page again, we will revisit a lot of these freezer meals. I am seeing that we're going to probably do a little bit more healthier freezer meals for ourselves if I do go back to some of these recipes. But anyway, this is the last of the videos. This is video number 3. This will be the last of the visiting our favorite freezer meals, and I hope you enjoy it. So this pancake mix only requires, a few ingredients here: flour, sugar, instant milk powder, which is what I got right here, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. That's it. So it calls for 6 cups of flour. All right, got that done. Like I said, it doesn't require that many ingredients, so it doesn't take very long to make it. A half a cup of sugar. That made a lot of noise. 3/4 of a cup of milk powder, and mine's been sitting for a little while, so I'm going to break this up. Oh yeah. And it's humid too, so. So I don't have a 3/4 cup measuring cup, so I'm just going to use the 1/4 cup 3 times. One tablespoon of baking soda. 2 tablespoons of baking powder. So 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And 1.5 teaspoons of salt. All right, I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll get it mixed together. So like I said, it's equal parts powder, equal parts water. 1, 2, I got a mess everywhere. 3, 4. All right. So then what I do, pancakes mix is always a nightmare. So I get a knife. So I get the 2 cups of water, just plain water. I'm going to go 1.5 with water. Get a little bit more ready in case it's too thick. I use the butter knife first. I try to get it mixed in the best that I can. Hope you can see some of this. Because look at how clumpy it gets. I know everyone else goes through this. And I'm not going to pull out my KitchenAid just for this. So then I'll just take the knife, kind of break up some of that. Scrape the bottom, make sure there isn't any big chunks of dough down there. As you can see, I might have a mess. I don't know if you can see that or not. Then I take my whisk. I do this all in the sink, especially when it's this full. Then I give it a good whisk. Scrape the sides. Everybody has their own way of doing it. This is how I do it. And I just use 1/3 cup. Pour it on here twice. That is usually good for my waffles. Let it sit for a few minutes, or not a few minutes, just for a few seconds before you put the lid down. So hopefully you don't have any seepage, and then you lightly set that lid down, let it go, and then we'll just keep an eye on it. And then all I do is I hope that it doesn't stick somewhere. And it looks like it did, somewhat. Just guide it up. I throw it into a pan. As you can see, I made homemade fabric softener today too. I just throw it onto a cookie sheet. As you can see, nothing wants to work out. I throw it onto a cooling rack, let it cool, and then I'll transfer it to that cookie sheet. So what I do, these fit fine in the toaster. So what I do is I use a scissor that's designated just for the kitchen, not for meats. Just for the kitchen, for food. And I cut it up, because these scissors get washed as well. And they will today too, after I'm done. Cut them up and I just let them cool off. And then once they get cooled off, then I'll get them arranged here so that I can flash freeze them. I'm gonna end up filling up a couple of those smaller cookie sheets. I know I will today. All right, so I am done making the waffles. And that's how many I got. I'm not gonna count them. It was a lot. It was a lot to use up in that batch that I had made, and now they're gonna be going into the freezer once they flash freeze. Okay, I got a scissor. I'm just gonna cook all these up today. You've seen that I got the bacon thawed out in cold water, and the Canadian bacon as well. And I'm just gonna make as many as I can. I know I don't have enough eggs, but that's okay. We can just make some meat and cheese biscuit sandwiches, you know, like Canadian bacon and cheese, or maybe just bacon and cheese biscuit. So the silicone cooking things that I used for the eggs worked out great. I probably didn't need to spray them, but I did anyway. I did have a little bit of spillage, but that was because I rotated my pan in the oven to get even cooking. I did take them out of there so they could quit cooking, and I put them on some parchment on this pan, and I'm gonna let them cool completely. So I took the 2 partial packs of tater tots, and I'm gonna cook them up some in the oven, probably for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then I'm just gonna set them here on the table until they cool some before I make the egg mixture to go in it. I'm gonna make like an egg bake. And it's gonna have potatoes in it. It's gonna have tater tots, but they're potatoes. So I combined the assorted peppers with some onion, and I put a little bit of bacon drippings in there, and I'm gonna saute them up till they get soft. And I have 2 chubs of the sausage on the stove. Gonna cook that down and go from there. Okay, so I have 4 eggs in each one of these bowls, and I scrambled them really good with the hand mixer. And I took those 2 slices of tomato that I had left. I had 2 slices of romaine tomato, and I just diced them up and I put them in with the eggs. And here is the assorted peppers with the onions, and I'm gonna take just a few scoops with a spoon. We'll start out with 1 each. A good heaping tablespoon, if I can make it there. And we'll mix that up and we'll see how that looks. I'm gonna put probably about a spoon full into each one. Vegetables are not gonna hurt you. Plus I'm gonna have cooked sausage in here as well. That's why I'm not really putting any seasoning in with it, because the sausage is seasoned really well. The tater tots just came out of the oven, and I'm gonna take a good scoop of the sausage and just kind of sprinkle it all over it as I'm spilling some. Maybe 2 scoops. That out of the way. I'm gonna put down some mozzarella cheese. I don't have any plans for this at all, so why not use what you have? I do have cheddar cheese. I'm gonna put that on the top of it all. And these are just gonna be potato egg bakes. I am gonna bake them today. And then I'm gonna cut them up and I'm gonna put them into containers so that if we want a quick breakfast, it's already gonna be cooked. We just need to warm it up and eat it. I'm just using what I have. I don't have the O'Brien potatoes, but I had these to use up, and I am gonna use them. And I've done this before, and it's worked out great. I did it exactly the same way. And I'm gonna top it with some cheddar. I have my oven set at 350. And I'm gonna start out with 10 minutes and then I'm gonna check it from there. Okay, so the timer has gone off for the egg bake. So I'm gonna bring them over here and we're gonna let them completely cool as well. And they'll continue cooking if there's any raw spots in them. They'll continue cooking while they're cooling off. That's the one thing about when you're putting things in the oven. So now I'm gonna take the rest of these hash browns. They've been sitting out, so they're pretty soft. I use rubber bands sometimes. I'm gonna put them in the oven to get them cooked up some. I'm gonna spray this parchment good. There's gonna be ice chunks. That's why I just wanna do it in the oven. I don't wanna deal with all the water that comes from them. I'm gonna spread them out. They needed to be used, obviously, because they had the ice chunks in them. And then I'm just gonna season them real quick. I'm just gonna use some Lari seasoned salt. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these yet. But I'm gonna put them in the oven and just keep an eye on them until they get golden and crispy. So now I'm gonna cook up, I believe that was 3 eggs? 3 or 4, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm just gonna cook them on the stove because there isn't that many. I just put a little bit of bacon drippings in there, let that melt, and then I'm gonna scramble up those eggs and get that done. I'm just gonna scramble up these eggs here. And I have it on, I have numbers on my stove. I have it on a 3. Medium low, I want to say. I just put a little bit of salt in here with it. I didn't put much because we're going to probably put some of that sausage in with this. And that has plenty seasoning. So I'm just going to finish scrambling these up and we'll be back. So what I did was I took my egg mixture, mixed it with the hash browns, used up the rest of the cheddar cheese that I had, threw in a good handful of mozzarella cheese because I just want to use that up. And I threw in a spoonful of my Mrs. Wage's salsa that I had made that was in the refrigerator. So, and then I microwaved my tortillas for about 20 seconds just to make them more pliable so they don't tear, hopefully. I put on a rubber glove because I am assuming I'm going to be using my hands here. Now these are going to be small breakfast burritos because that's the size of tortilla that we have. Not very good at this. I don't think anybody really is. And then we'll just roll it up real nice and tight. And then I will put them in a container and freeze them. And then my husband can just pick them out, put them into a container and bring them to work with them. Well, friends, that's going to wrap this up. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And if you like these kinds of contents, these kind of videos that I do, please subscribe to the channel, give the videos a thumbs up, and I want you all to make it a really great day.